Yes. Guys, we understood death of Allende. What's the reason? And we know that the military corps surrounded the house of president and finally they bombed on him. Okay, next. So the President Allende died in the military attack. So finally we know that because of military corps, finally Allende died. This was the sacrifice he was talking about in his last speech. So we can see that he was addressing the people of Chile in the same day when he was attacked by the military corps in radio. Yes or no? So this is what the thing he was addressing to the people in his last speech. A government and people elected was overthrown by the military through conspiracy and violence. So finally we knew that the Allende was elected by the people. Yes or no? So that is what? A government and the people elected government that was overthrown by the military through violence and the conspiracy. Okay, finally they started to bomb on the president's house and they killed Allende. What took place in this story is a military coup. Finally, the military coup played an important role. Okay, who was ruling or who was heading this military? See, General Augusto Pinochet, Army General, led the coup. Finally, this military was headed by Augusto Pinochet. So remember the name, Augusto Pinochet was leading the military. Okay, then the government of U.S.A. was unhappy with the rule of Allende and have known to support the coup destroying Allende. So finally what happened? Even the USA government, the United States, so even that was not happy with the policies which was made by Allende, because he gave much importance only to the poor and the workers. And what happens? He started to oppose the foreign companies. Yes or no? So he started to oppose the foreign companies which were taking the resources, the natural resources. So that is the reason what happened. Even the government of US was unhappy with his, the rules. So that's the reason they supported either Pinochet. Okay. Next. Yes, we can see this. The people, they bombed the president's house. Finally, we can see Allende is, he's dead. A government and people elected was overthrown by the military through conspiracy and violence. Finally, his administration came to an end. So later, the Pinochet took the entire country's administration. Okay, the government is with his hand. See, Pinochet's rule. Pinochet became the president of the country and ruled for the next 17 years. So almost over 17 years the Pinochet ruled Chile. Okay, see here. From a government that was elected by the people, the power shifted to the military officers. So here, that is what here they are telling. From democracy, the power has been shifted to military officers. That we'll call it as dictatorship. Okay, guys, you people remember what is the meaning of dictatorship? We learned in the beginning only. Yes or no? Yes. So here what happened? The dictatorship means whatever the rule is made by the military officers, the people will not be having rights to question. They could do as they wished and no one could question them. So finally, no one will be having rights to question those people. Thus, a military dictatorship was established in Chile. So finally, from democracy, the dictatorship has started in Chile. Pinochet's government was tortured and Pinochet's government was tortured and killed several of those who supported Allende and those who wanted democracy to be restored. So finally what happened? The people who were supporting Allende was killed by Pinochet's government, and even people who were expecting democracy to be restored. Okay. Next. Yes. This included General Alberto Bachelet of Chilean Air Force and many other officers who refused to join the coup. So the many people who were supporting Allende was tortured by this Pinochet's coups. Okay. See, General Bachelet's wife and daughter were put in prison and tortured. So not only the Alberto Bachelet, even his wife and daughter were also put in prison and tortured. More than 3,000 people were killed by the military. Almost 3,000 people were killed by the military. Many more were reported missing. So the most of the people were missed. No one knows what happened with them. So finally what happened? We understood the Pinochet's rule at the administration was rude and violent. Okay, next. So restoration of democracy. So finally what happened? We saw they were following democracy. Next it's shifting with the hands of military coup. So finally they started to follow democracy. How it has been started? Let us see. Pinochet's military dictatorship came to an end after he decided to hold a referendum in 1980. What's the meaning of referendum? Referendum means the people will be having rights to select what they will be. They'll be having rights to elect the people. Say yes or no. Okay. See here. He felt confident that in this referendum, people would say yes to his continuing in the power. But the people of Chile has not forgotten their democratic tradition. So finally what happened? Pinochet believed that the people may say yes to continue the power. But people did not accept him to continue. Okay. Their oath was decisive no to Pinochet. So finally Pinochet's the administration of power came to an end. This led to Pinochet losing first his political and then his military power. So finally, due to referendum, what happened? Pinochet lost his political and even military powers. Okay, the hope Allende expressed in his last address was realized. Felony, cowardice and treason were finally punished. So the people who were so harsh to the people, they were punished. Political freedom was restored. So finally democracy has been restored. Since then Chile had held 4 presidential elections in which different political parties have participated. So after that what happened? They started with the democracy. So many political parties started to participate in the elections. The elected governments that came to power ordered inquiries into Pinochet's rule. So once after the Pinochet's rule, the government which has came to an existence, they ordered for inquiries into the Pinochet's rule. These inquiries showed that his government was not only very brutal and also very corrupt. Okay. So finally when they started inquiries, they understood that Pinochet's rule or the administration or the government, not only the brutal, not only the the violent, it was also very corrupted one. Guys, understand, Pinochet's administration was not that much good. Okay, yes. Finally, we can see the story of Michelle Bachelet. Do you remember who's this Michelle Bachelet? In the last, the Pinochet's administration, we saw that. Yes, Bachelet's wife and his daughter were imprisoned and tortured by the people. Yes or no? That is our only girl. Bachelet's daughter, Michelle Bachelet. See, Michelle Bachelet, daughter of General Bachelet, who was imprisoned and tortured along with her mother, was elected President of Chile in January 2006. So finally, the General Bachelet daughter became the president in the year 2006. A medical doctor and a moderate socialist, Michelle became the first woman to be a defense minister in Latin America. She is the first women defense minister in Latin America. Okay. In the presidential elections, none Chile's richest. So she won the richest, the men also. Okay. It was her, the victory speech. Because I was a victim of hatred, I have dedicated my life to reverse that hatred and turn into the understanding, tolerance, and why not say it into love. So guys, you people understood the concept, right? Fine, let's just recall. So recapitulation, what is a referendum? So just now we read restoration of democracy. There we understood the word referendum. What does it mean? See, direct vote in which the people are asked to either accept or reject a particular proposal. This may be adoption of a new constitution, a law, or a specific governmental policy. So finally, the Pinochet's government started with a referendum because he believed the people may accept him. But finally, he lost his power. Guys, understood what is referendum? Yes. Next, yeah. When did the military coup take place in Chile? So guys, do you remember when did the Allende died? In the year of 73. Yes or no? So you people may get confused with these two. So 11th or 12th? It is 11th September 1973, Allende died. Okay. Yes. Next. Who led the military coup in Chile in 1973? Who was the leader of the military? Who was leading the military at the time when they, destroyed the government or the democracy? It was, yes, General Augusto Pinochet. He was only the person who was ruling or leading this military. Okay. Yes. Next one. Who was elected as President of Chile in Jan 2006? Who? It's a daughter of, yes, daughter of General Bachelet. Her name is Michelle Bachelet. Okay. Michelle Bachelet was a doctor. She is the first defense minister in Latin America. Okay, fine. Next. Just now we saw what is a referendum. So what is a referendum? Yes, it is option A, a vote of all the people on an important national issue. Okay, yes. So finally, we'll see few detailed questions. Okay, the first one, write a short note on, the Salvador Allende. So you people know about him. Okay, you have to make a note about his policies towards the people, and he was the leader, president, all those things. Okay. Next, what was the outcome of the military coup of 1973? You have to explain about, yes, about Pinochet. Okay, how was his administration and all those things. How was democracy restored after the coup in Chile? So because he started to follow a referendum. So all that you have to explain in detail. Okay. Yes. Finally, we came to an end. Guys, remember the concept. If any doubts, please let me know. Okay. Hope you all understood. Today we went very slowly. This is very much important.